as I was saying, you are provided certain knowledge, and if you're not quiet enough, you'll probably miss it. And Dick would say, typically, you get the whole thing in 15 minutes if you're really aware, available, can learn to quiet the mind. It's all there. However, he handed it to me on a silver platter, and I really didn't get it. So, to what extent you'll be able to incorporate this into your playing, into your thinking, with regards to this technique, it'll be interesting. So first, I'm going to share screen. Okay. And then I'm going to go here. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's okay. There you go. Yes.
All right. So this is what I want you to notice. I'm not going to give you complete context. It's a fairly advanced stroke, the full drag, right? But within the context of the full drag, which, by the way, Dick would say the full drag gives you cymbal time, right? Dick was famous for being able to play at speed so accelerated that a lot of guys, one pianist he described, he hired him asking, he said, we play real fast and quiet, and the guy just stood there or sat there with his hands over the piano, never played a note. Things were moving too quickly. But the point is that this is a key factor in all things Spivack technique. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you. Now watch what he does, showing me how the hand works. Okay.
But the middle finger is so stiff, it just doesn't feel a stiff line in it. You just do it.
Yeah.
But the fourth and fifth, fifth is all stiff and no way to go. But the middle finger is so stiff, it just doesn't feel a stiff line in it. You just do it. But the fourth and fifth is all stiff and I don't get it. Well, that's it. If you can play that cleanly and fast, your cymbal will just be fast by itself.
Watch.
We have to think about it. Understand? Just play that part over and over. Remember, you're slightly open when you bend and you close because the fingers, don't they work that way?
You slightly open when you
Well, look, doesn't it work this way? If you're so stiff that you can't feel this, then you're not going to feel it until you relax.
So you might not believe me. I wouldn't blame you. It's hard to represent things in the way that guy did. Absolute genius. But I wanted you to hear that. Let's see. Now I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, so you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's up for those of you out there that are interested. That's up online. You can watch the whole thing. I have a part 1 and part 2. It's the same lesson. But that's what I wanted you to see. Now, what does that mean? I've already talked to you about it. I think I mentioned to you that Richard Martinez likes to say, you're already going up. Now, what does that mean, right? And that's where this technique gets potentially convoluted, in that or counterintuitive in that, am I going up or am I going down? Have I gone up or down? Right? Look, this is going down, but this is going, but this is going up. Jack Verga would talk about, you know, when you see film of a wagon and the spokes of the wagon wheel seem to be going backwards.
Right,
Well, you know they're not.
right.
So that's where guys go, I forget it. it's too much. See, it's just too weird. Weird, get this going around. But I think that there's good weird and weird weird. This is good weird. This is cool weird. Okay. So that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to hip you to. And you had some success between last lesson and this one because, as you've noticed, it's feeling better because you, as you described, you had a death grip, and that'll start to inspire what it is we don't want, right? So now watch. So how do I get this across to someone? It's probably, you know, there he is hipping me to. He mentioned that right at the beginning, but there he is really trying to help me identify it during an advanced stroke. And how do I help you, that a student who hasn't been studying that long, find some of that? Or maybe you're the guy who'll find it, all of that. So the way to approach this is to learn to turn from parallel, which is our floor. And it's what I made a big deal out of at the last lesson, the zero bias line. Now it's helpful. You often play, and you're a big guy. You often play, so it feels like you do this. You look more like this. And sure, I mean, if you're going to a cymbal over here or a tom, you will be like that. But what we're doing is we're not moving to other sound sources on a kit. So we want to be here. We want to be here, not here. We want to be here. Here, not that it's impossible to play that way. Of course, you're moving around the drums and your arms are extended. It shouldn't break. The technique shouldn't break down. But we want this zero bias line here at the snare drum. It's got to be. You've got to have this perfect setup, right? Now, what we're looking to do is we're looking to simply let the stick fall. Now, Jack Verga is one who is adamant about Dick Wilson's real intent, which was to have us learn to experience gravity, right? And that can get confusing as well, because gravity alone, I don't think, is going to get you there. And there are two ways to apply force. One is gravity, the other is muscular force. All right, so there are caveats. But what we're looking to do is find this floor and then let everything go. Now it's tiny. Do you see how that looks a little like what Dick was showing me?
It's very low.
It's tiny, isn't it? Watch. You're just going to simply let the stick fall so that you can get both sides of what is a throw. We want to just let it drop. We want to let it drop. We want to let it drop. Now, you see, you're kind of letting it drop, but you're not letting the hand open up. So one way to get it is to just, without stick in hand. So you're just gonna have your arm by your side, not out here, just here. And you're just going to let it open and fall. You're just, yeah, you gotta be here, like as though you're holding the stick in this position. And you're just gonna let it fall. Oh, see? You're using muscle. See if you let it, no, see? You don't have this. So, let's go through it. If you really let it fall, it's what Dick is doing, and it's exactly, he says, until you relax your middle finger, and you're never gonna feel it. And all his fingers open up. You need to watch that video. Look, my fingers are kind of straight, or more straight. See, your first finger looks okay, and the thumb is okay. You see how the thumb and the first finger come apart? But what about your baby finger? Why hasn't that opened up? No, I don't want you lifting up. The whole thing is about falling from the floor for an upstroke. See, this is the gig. There you go. Yeah, try not to. Now this is subtle. See, these are the subtleties for guys. What do you mean? I'm doing it. No, you got to get it right. You want to really feel like you've just given the thing up, like you've just jumped off a roof, a high diving board into some water. You're just gonna let it go. Yeah, it's already better. You let it go. Don't throw your fingers open. It'll come from the wrist. And now stay there. You're kind of limp-wristed, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now, if you bring the wrist back, the fingers will close. Oh, you lost it. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Let it go. Come on, start here. You have to start kind of flat, right? And then you're just going to let it go. And now bring it back smoothly. Beautiful. First finger and thumb came together, didn't they? Are they touching? I think they are. Yeah, it looks good. Now you're just going to notice that the first finger and thumb will come apart. Let it go. Let it go. You don't get to control it. You have to really believe. I just put up a video recently because I remember Dick saying, Kevin, are you afraid to let go? Are you afraid to release? I said, well, no. Are you afraid to release? I said, well, I'm asking you a question. Are you, Kevin, are you afraid to let go? You won't let go. All right. See, you gotta let go. As though you are just dropping the stick. What would happen if you really dropped a stick? Wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
Well, put the stick in your hand and let's find out. Now we're holding the stick a little bit away from the pad, right? And you don't want to be too tight. If you're too clenched, your fingers won't feel that. See, that was not what Dick was saying. If you're going to hold your fingers too stiff, he talked about the middle finger, right? You're until you relax, you're not going to. So, like you said, you came into it and said, "Hey, I learned to watch my video," which is a good thing to do. And I really noticed that my right hand is relaxed, and my left hand is a death grip. So you see, you were onto something. Now you just have a nice, comfortable grip. You can slide that stick in and out. Right? Go ahead. Can? Yeah. See, it's not a death grip. Now you're just away from the pad a little bit. Just a little, not too much. Just a little less, so I can see it. Now you're just going to remember how it works. I'll just show you in the other hand. You just let it go. So I'm just going to let it go. There. You really let go. Steve, are you afraid to let go? No. Let go. Yeah, that's it. That's what it feels like. That Murray would say, you're getting a note for free. It's like almost like you're dropping the stick. So it has that quality. So that we're looking for We're looking for just to let the stick drop. It's so tiny. It feels like I'm almost just, but I still maintain a grip. But boy, it's as if I've only opened, instead of going all the way down, I'm totally letting it go. But it's only gone that far. Just that far. You see? Now, Dick would say that the first finger and thumb are firm, comfortable, and constant. So, but he would say, if you're playing really loud, and Murray would say this too, wouldn't the first finger and thumb be holding on a little more than if you were playing very quietly? Perhaps, right? So the grip will change based on volume and speed and so on. But this is a fundamental principle of this technique. See, it's already better. So what you do is you get this feeling of, I got a note by literally dropping the stick. I just dropped the stick. And that's when you really start to feel this in you. You drop the stick, and it kind of, Dick would say, Kevin, it's as easy as rolling off a log. It just feels as though everything just falls forward. It just falls forward. Okay? No. You don't lift it up. You're way too early. We're not there. No, you won't get it there. See, this is the stuff. I was just like you. Yeah, but what about up here? And I just blew it off. I did. Don't blow it off. It's got to be here. Just like you're here. You're not up here dropping. We're not there right now. This is where it begins. Don't lift it up. It just falls. It's tiny. Not bad. See, now I can let mine fall, and it's still off the surface. Stay in the left. See, your left's better. Isn't that fascinating? Okay. No, you don't place it. You literally are just going to bend forward a tiny bit and have that. That's pretty good. Now, can you bend forward and just feel it hanging there? Watch. It would just go clunk. Yeah, kind of. Do it in the air. Do it in the air with me. Just come over here. Yeah, it's a good one. No, you have to be flat. You have to have the floor. I keep telling you. This the very thing that gives it to you is the thing that most students abrogate. It's laying in the hand. I've shown you that, right? It's not a death grip. That's why you can do this. Okay. So you're just here in front of your body. My arm looks parallel. No, you look more like this. I'm like this. Copy me. My arm is in front of me. Look, get your arm, this part of your arm, like that. There. To get the stick flat, because remember, we need the floor. There you go. Now just let it, just relax. Because Kevin, if you're gonna, till you relax that middle finger, you're not gonna feel this. So come back to here. Okay. Don't go throwing your first finger open. Whatever happens is so tiny. Too much. Less. Now, why is your first finger pointing? If you're only moving this much, look, here's what the first finger would do, I believe. Okay? It's going, oh. You see, the first finger and thumb might come away if you're not holding the stick, particularly, like that much. Take the stick out of your hand. This is where we just have to be patient and kind of get into this. The nerds, your glasses are a little more nerdy than mine, which just makes them cool. Okay, so if you just go, now you're not going to place it, and you don't get to do that. You just, it feels like you're just letting everything go, but we're only letting it go to there. Okay, now show me your thumb. Come into a position where I can now come around. Not too much. Come on now, close your hand. Let the hand close. How do you close your hand? From the wrist. There, first finger and thumb are, yeah, they're kind of touching, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right? So if we just do that, Yeah, they barely come apart. Come back and they'll touch. Just let it go. It's real tiny. Most people don't get it because it's too tiny. It's too subtle. Dick would say, they think I'm just turning my wrist, but I'm actually making motions. It's too subtle for them to realize, right? So it's less than you think. So you're not pointing your first finger. If you were to drop, if you were holding a butterfly's wing and you were just going to let it go. Yeah, it's small, tiny, yeah, and you're not going to open it. All we do is bend from the wrist, tiny, little much, maybe. So if we're here with a stick and we're here with a stick and we go, you don't see, look at my first finger, you don't even see anything. Because I'm still holding a stick, but I have that feeling. Feels like, it just falls. Don't hold it up. You have to be at the floor. Yeah, and you see how the first finger and thumb have to be in the right position so that they could maybe feel that. Don't hold it up. Just keep it at the floor and drop it. Yeah, but I want you to let it fall onto the surface.
Oh, okay.
And then you stop moving. Yeah, that's not bad. Now at that point, once it falls onto the surface, you're already going up. It's so subtle, nobody gets it. Look, now I'm here again, and I'm just going to drop it onto the surface. That's all it is. I've already gone up. Yeah, don't go doing stuff now. Steve, maybe that's why Dick wouldn't tell you it right away. Oh, okay. Drop it on there, but I was just doing that so you could see it with a view. Here, I'm just dropping it. You have to let it go. Clunk.
Sorry.
Not bad.
Someone just rang my doorbell real quick, Kevin. Can I?
It's okay. I thought it was a sign from God. That's what I thought it was.
What's that?
I thought it was a sign from God. The bells are tolling in a good way. Do you need to take that then?
Yeah, I just want to see if there's somebody there. I think they just dropped something off. I'll just check.
Maybe they have your new electronic drum kit.
It might be my.
From Pro Drops. Maybe it's Stan.
let me check. I'll be right back.
Okay. Pardon me. So
Yeah.
we're working on Matched with Steve, but who's also plays traditional and has for many years. So he started off with traditional, so it's more built in, it seems. But you see, in traditional, once again, as Murray would say, Freddie Gruber would say, traditional, it is the right hand on the side. And so we're going to get the same kind of action. See, watch. Here, Steve, I was just showing all the nice folks out there that it works in traditional. Go into traditional. Go into traditional. Traditional. It's the right hand on the side. Now watch. Watch. It's the same thing, right? You see how easy it is over there? It just falls. Yeah. Now once you fall, it has a feeling of you can do it that way. You can just lay it on the surface. That's a good way to get it. You can do that, but in actual real life circumstances, playing, we would let it fall and it would just stop there. It would stop right at the bead would be right at the floor, but the angle of the stick might, like that. Yeah, like see, if you've gone up, see even your wrist is bent a tiny bit.
Yeah.
You see? See that's the right hand on the side. We're just going clunk, clunk, Cock your wrist, clunk, clunk, cock your wrist, clunk, clunk. Now Dick would have you go up a little more and then be accused of the gooseneck, but it's correct. But in reality, let's just keep this real simple. Okay, we're not doing that yet. Okay. You see, but until you have this, the other thing isn't going to really work quite right. So we just want to learn to just go like that. Just go back to matched in the left. See, this is where it's going to take some diligence. This is going to take more than one lesson for you to get. And you just go, okay. Now, you have to have your thumb and first finger like this, not all searching. It's just a simple grip, right? Yeah, but you have to, the gig is the feeling of dropping the stick. Now, that's not bad. Now let's talk about something else. Let's just lock what's going on. Let's lock that in. And you'll see, now watch my wrist. What happened to my wrist? It changed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Watch. See? It's starting to go up. You know, you can't do that with your thumb, dude. It's got to be this perfect, gentle thing that just goes, it's not this. You'll never feel, if the hand isn't natural, there, like that. Your hand looks natural. No, you don't get to lift it up. You just drop it. It's tiny. You see, most people don't have the energy to learn how to play. First of all, it'll give you pianissimo. No, you don't get to try to make a note. You're just dropping it from there. That's not bad. Don't change your thumb and first finger. Dick would say not to change them at all. So that's probably better. Whatever needs to happen will happen. You're not doing anything, you see? That's not a pretty good one. No, start more parallel. You're going to go down less. It's tiny. You see, it's too small. There. Did your wrist go up a little bit? Maybe. Kind of a little. Now stop there. Wait there. Wait there. Now come back to parallel. Let it drop. Okay, so after I let it drop, my angle has changed. See? Now I'm asking you to come back. Let it drop. And now come back. What happens when I come back? This wrist flattens out. I let it drop, then the wrist flattens out. Let it drop. See how loose you are? It's like I've just let go of the stick. It's like I've got no grip. It's almost like you abandon the grip for a minute, but you don't. I'm just letting it drop. That's not bad. See, now you're up. Okay, now all you have to do is cock your wrist. No, not going to get it that way. You have to relax your thumb and everything. This is going to take some meditation for a while. First, you have to just get the angle to change. Let it fall forward. The stick will feel like it's getting heavier. I don't know. It wants to roll forward. All the energy rolls out to the bead. Not bad. Can you can you really just come up a little higher? Come up a little. No, make your floor higher. Got to be parallel. That means your forearm has to come up. This has to be all flat. Now go like this. No. I'm giving you an easy way to get it. Now we're 4 inches off the surface. Let it fall. There. See, the stick is pointing down?
Yes.
Let it point, let it fall. Come up even higher. This worked for you. Okay? The stick's just laying in the hand. There's no death grip. Come on up here. Just stay with me now. A little higher. Why is your elbow sticking out? I'm just asking you to come up like this, with your elbow relaxed. So you've lifting your forearm kind of thing. Okay. We're up here, maybe a little higher. Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go. Now, the stick is going to end up kind of like that. You're just going to go. No, almost. How high do I need you to get to come up before I can really see this? Let it fall. There it is. The stick is pointing down. You don't get to lift it up. No matter how high I go, you still want to lift it up. You're going to lift it up. No, it's letting something fall. It's not lifting it up first. This is the way you get it. Like that. See? Go flat. Get the stick flat. There it is. Now just let it fall. Beautiful. Look there. You're over the surface. It's really good. Your hand is nice and relaxed. You just went close.
I lost it.
You got a nice big, it's a very loose grip. Now, let's bring it down a little. Somewhere into the world of, because he'd say half an inch. So let's be 1.5 inches up. Just let it hang in there and just go. Boom. It seemed that was a good one too. See, you're not shaking at all, and you're really loose. Now, what happens is Murray would say, see, that's going up. Doesn't seem like it, is it? So subtle. Look, you're loose going up, and I really feel it kind of falls forward into the middle finger and first finger and thumb. So I really feel it here, you see. You could do it without the other fingers, see. It looks like that. No, you can't go letting go. You have to, what would happen if you just go like that, the handle? Like, that's good. There, gone up a little bit. You're pointing down, but the butt end has kind of gone up a tiny bit.
Yeah.
The wrist has gone up a little bit. Now just cock your wrist and make a strike. But you have to get that part first. That's not bad. Stop. Well, let's just discuss this. So you're just letting it fall. You've gone up and you're loose. Now Murray would say, you see, now you're tight. Now you're tight. Why? Why has it become more tight? And tight relative to incredible looseness. So you're not going to be that tight. You're going from this. Okay. Watch what happens when I cock my wrist. See, everything closes. Now cock your wrist. Not bad, but let's slow it down and get to know what the hand is doing. Stop rushing through this. You're only slowing yourself down, but that wasn't bad. Take the stick out of your hand now. Yeah, that's okay. Just and just let it fall. You can't push your arm down or you won't feel the hinge, the wrist fulcrum, release the fingers. See, if you move your elbow instead, you don't get this action in here. You want this action. See this? Like that, really good. Okay, so just do it once. Let's let it fall. Good, you didn't push your arm down, so you got the wrist action. Wrist has gone up a little bit, I see a little hump. Now slowly cock your wrist to the ceiling. Come on, fingers are closing. They're going to come right to the palm. There you go. Keep them there at the palm. Keep that feeling. And turn to the surface. Slowly. Turn to the surface. Just your wrist. Keep your fingers towards your palm. Don't let your fingers open up there. No. See why we want to slow things down? Giving you the inside stuff, man. Okay, let's do it again. Right? So we're just going to let it go. Okay. Now in slow motion, we're going to turn to the ceiling, and the fingers are going to close. Now we're going to keep them there. We're no longer feeling that other thing. Now we're just turning our wrist with closed fingers. Keep them there. That's it. Now you're closed or tight. Now you're going to start again. Now you have something to release. Now you're closed. Turn to the ceiling, let the fingers close, keep them there, and turn to the surface. Not too far, just back to where you started. Now you're tight and closed and ready to release again. Release, turn, close, keep them closed, and come back to the surface. Boom. Now you're closed. Now you can release. Leave your thumb nice and relaxed. Now you come up, you're closed, turn with it closed, and you stay closed until you're ready to release again. And Dick would say you only release what you squeeze. So if that's how much you're going to release, go on up, get that now. Now, yeah, but you have to get this. Come on up, keep them closed, and go boom. See, now you're closed. See, open, close, open, close. That's how it works. Yeah. Now you're just, this is going to just take, you're just going to need to spend some time meditating on this because you actually felt it. Like really good. Okay, you felt that. Now you see, the hand, there is a relationship. There is loose, and then there's tight. But we're never tight in the sense that we would be hurting ourselves. It's the way the body works. Quite brilliant. I don't know how Murray figured it out, you know, but I know. However, so now how can we put this into practice, right? Because this is going to take you a while because I didn't get this for years and years. So you're here right in the early stages, and we're addressing some of your what you thought might be a disability, a physical disability of sorts, but I didn't see any disability. It's working perfectly. Okay, and you have a much better understanding, right?
Right.
Now you understand when I say squeeze and release, you might know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, used to.
The way we would work on this would be to take something. I know we were working on the flammadiddle, which is cool, but I just think it'd be better to keep things very simple in terms of what we're going to work on, so that you can focus on what I just had you feel. So if you pull out page 7, the upstroke and downstroke page out of the Spivack library. See it there?
I do.
Okay. So you'll see, if you look at it, you'll see that there is an arrow down for the accent. We're in the first system in 4/4, 16th notes. And you'll see an arrow pointing down on the accent. Then there is another 16th note, which would be a left if we start right. And now the next right is going to be, see the arrow pointing up?
Right.
That's the up. And then you have another regular left. Now, you see why looking at that, you could just say, yeah, whatever. But what Murray is trying to say is that's where you feel this. When you see the upstroke, you see the arrow pointed up, that's when you see this. So it will prepare you for this. Now you can see it. You see it's open. Now I'm going to turn up, it closes and it stays closed. Open, close, open, loose, tight, loose, tight, loose, tight, loose, tight, loose, tight. See how that looks? That's kind of how Carlos looks when he's right. Got that look, right? It looks like Dick Wilson in the video. Kevin, until you relax, you're not going to feel it. So this is a really big deal. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to play this. Okay? So that means, and quite frankly, I think it's kind of cool to start on the upstroke. Now, if there's no upstroke, there is what is an up motion, which means that although, is that an upstroke or an up motion?
Upstroke.
An upstroke means you're making a note as you go up, An up motion means you're just going up without making a note. Which one have I just demonstrated?
Do it again.
Okay. You have this, and you have this. Trick question. They're the same. They're essentially the same. That's the whole secret to this. The difference is the width of a butterfly wing. It's nothing. Right, Murray? Say you're so close to the surface, you can't help but make a note. So, if I was going to start this thing without the upstroke, I would still feel this. See what? I'd feel this. I'd feel this. And then I'd feel it close and stay closed. So it's real subtle. Because a throw will have that quality. We want to feel, see? Release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. I'm released. I've made a note. Here I'm released, but I made a note. Here I'm released, but I haven't made a note. Here I'm released, but I've made a note. So if we're just going to go up, we have to release. You can't see it, can you?
No.
Just too subtle. You could say it. No one will ever get it. No one, hardly anybody gets it. It's too subtle. It's too. I wouldn't give up. Neither will you. So watch. You can see my hand. There's the up motion, and I've released. Here's an up stroke, and I've released. But something has happened. You see? I've just let it fall. I'm just letting it fall. It feels like I just let it fall, or I just let it fall. Now I can feel the weight of the stick here. I can really feel it. Falls forward. Feel all that weight hanging there, and then I cock my wrist. See, so boom, boom. No upstroke. Release, squeeze. Upstroke, release, and they're pretty much the same, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where you can't get tired on me now. You have to hang in, because this is it. You can hang in here, it'll save you years of aggravation and tedious unraveling of things that you thought were right, that you've built into your nervous system, so that they become bad habits. We don't want that. So, let's start with the upstroke. That means we're going to start on the third note. One, and, it's the and of one. The second right. So we're starting on the third 16th note. One, and. Well, look, just do this. Murray's already thought ahead for us. That's how I'm thinking. Look at the third iteration. What's it start with? What direction is the arrow pointing?
Going to upstroke.
It starts with an upstroke. You see? You just have to move around, depending on where you want to put the accent within the context of four notes. You can be up anywhere within the four note range. Okay? So let's start with the third iteration. Right? So you got to be relaxed. You got to be nice and flat. You can be an inch above if you like, because it helped when you were up here and went, oh, jeepers. Oh, I really felt it. Right? Now we're down here. So it's going to be more subtle. And you're going to go up. Beautiful? Beautiful. Now the other hand. Here's where it gets tricky. It's going to do the same thing, even though it's not an upstroke. Just let it fall. You see, just because I let it fall doesn't mean I have to go up. Now I have the choice. I can either make that my up for a throw, or I can just let it fall and then do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. See? I'm just letting it fall. And at a certain point, we can bring the volume up, and I never lose that feeling. I don't lose that feeling. I don't want to lose that feeling. Okay, we're not doing that. I shouldn't have said anything. But that's where it's going. You'll have all the power you need, but you have to get it. You get it like this. So We're giving ourselves a potential up. It's a very specific motion. It's where you're just dropping the stick. So do it in the left. There you go, not bad. Now in the right, just let it fall. There you go. Now, the right's going to make a throw. And now the left is going to make a little tap. It's the same little feeling. It has a very similar quality to just letting it fall. Letting it fall from when you're at parallel. It's going to feel like that. See? I'm just doing that. And so at any point, I can turn any one of these into an upstroke, right? So if I'm starting with an upstroke, I go up, tap, throw, tap, 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 up, throw, tap, up. That's what we're looking for. Don't go there yet. I'm just showing you. It just starts at once, but first you have to get it under control. So you have to go up, give yourself a potential up in both hands. See, your left is better. Why aren't you holding the thumb and first finger a little bit in the right? Your left is gorgeous. Look at your left. Just look at the first finger and thumb. Come on, close. Hold the stick a little in your right. Hold the stick and no. Just don't play for a sec. Take the stick out of your hand in the right. We'll just really take our time. Okay, now remember how you get the position of the hand? Just let it fall. Don't go throwing it open. You don't do that. You just let it fall. Now bring it back and you'll feel like, so now you're holding a stick and your first finger and thumb are touching. But when you go to hold the stick in your right, you're like this. But it doesn't look like that with notes. It should look like this, shouldn't it? They're touching there with a stick. Why wouldn't they be touched? They're not. The stick gets in the way of them touching. They would touch if you took the stick out, I think, right? So don't be holding the stick like this. I know it's not right. It's got to look like this. It's got to look like this. So we're talking about the right. Okay. There, your thumb looks really good. Now, just let it fall. Not bad. No, you don't get to lift up. You can't abrogate any of this to get it. Right? This is like, got to be perfect. There you go, not bad. Now, so let's that's your upstroke. Now you're going to do that in the left. Same thing. Kind of feels like you're pointed down almost a little bit. There. And now the right is already gone up. Remember, you were here? Look, the right's gone up, so it's going to go and make its throw. The right. Ready to... Okay. You're closed. You should be closed in the right now. Okay. And it goes like that. Give me an up.
With the right?
Yeah. We're playing the third iteration, so the first note is a right, nice and flat. Then you parallel over the surface, and then we get a little tap by letting it fall. So let it fall. Then the right. Okay, so the right's gone up. There you go. Now the left's going to give a little tap falling, and the right's going to turn and make a strike. That's pretty good. And then you're going to make a little tap. So each note has the potential of an up. Not bad. See, you're always, no, you shouldn't be shaking because watch, it's just doing that. And you just wait there. So you're open. It feels real open. It's like you're ready to make a downstroke if you want. Let it fall. Okay, now tap on the left. Let it fall. Don't go throwing your fingers. You have to bend to get it to open. Okay, are you a little bent in the right? Should be bent and open. Just come up and mimic it. Come on, get up here a little bit. Come on up in the right. Point it down. No, it points down. When you get a good upstroke, it looks like that. There you go. Now you're ready to make a throw in the right. Here you go. And then you're going to go left, left, right. Where are we here now? So we're going right, left, throw, left, right, left, throw, left, right, left, throw, left. Really pretty sound. You sounds good, man. There you go. Don't go throwing your finger up. You have to bend to get it to come up. Each one is going to be like a little upstroke, even if it's not an upstroke. It just falls forward like that. See? It's real relaxed. Just hang in there in the hand. Don't go throwing your finger open. Okay, you can do that. Good. Okay, that's the beginning of really getting this. So let me give you a tempo. Put the metronome at 52.
Okay, right.
Do you have your metronome?
Hold on, just set it.
If you need your phone, don't bother. You can use mine right now.
Okay.
You got to get that together though, okay?
All right. All right.
You don't put all this time in and not have the metronome, you know, charged and ready to go. Okay, so we're at 52. No, it's going to start with an up. Everything's a little up, and you're going to play each note it plays the up, throw, up. Not bad. Look how close you are to the surface, man. That's not bad. Don't go throwing your fingers open to get it. Okay. Okay, so you're like at around 52, which is like really cool. Now let's go the other way and show and prove that you can do this. So now it's going to start. So first we'll do stop with the grip in the right. It's supposed to look like the first finger and thumb would be touching if there wasn't a, like that. Yeah, see, nice and low. Hang in there. I can see you're kind of like just, it's beautiful. Okay, so now the left is going to make the little up. Up. No, don't throw open. You have to bend. You have to let it drop. There it is. Let it drop in the mat. Up, but not enough. Not bad. Okay. You're nice and close to the surface. You're nice and settled. It's not wiggling. And you're developing the proper condition. The hand is developing a proper conditioning based on the motions you're using. So the hand has to do what it's supposed to do if you actually just bend forward. So we just bend forward, and the hand is going to do this, so it'll be nice and relaxed. So with no stick in your hand, it'd be like bend forward, cock my wrist, bend forward, cock my wrist. Look how little I'm moving. Bend forward, cock my wrist, forward, not bad. No. What do you? There it is. But you have to stop. But that would be just like playing a single. Go ahead and keep doing that. That's okay. Just let it stop. Yeah, there it is. You have to point down. There it is. See, you're not wiggling. And leave it there for a second. Experience that. Your fingers are a little open, aren't they? Don't change anything. It's really good. Stay like this. Ah. Yeah, stay like that. Now cock your wrist and make a downstroke. Look, you see it worked. Make an upstroke. Don't throw your fingers open. You have to turn so it falls and goes up. Stay like that. Your fingers are open. Cock your wrist. Not bad. Remember how it works. You get your upstroke. You stay open. Just stay like that. It's not wiggling. It's just hanging there. Then you're going to turn to the ceiling. Your finger's going to close. And as you come back to the surface, they stay closed. Like that. Look, nothing, see how solid that is? Like that. There. See, that'll give you the technique. Your single's already starting to feel what I was describing is you're conditioning the hands to behave properly, right? No, you have to go through the whole thing. First, you have to make the little tap. And no, you have to be pointing down. Stay open and point down. There it is. Stay there. Stay there. Stop bringing it back. Stay there. Now you're going to turn to the ceiling and make it blow. Fingers are going to close. It doesn't have to be all fast. You think you did it perfect like that. So you can do this. Like that. Look how stable. But you have to practice it over and over. See, you're open. Open. Let it hang. Close. No. You're getting all freaky. First, give me the first note. No, you didn't let it fall. Almost. Let it hang there. Open. Let it open. Let it open. There it is. Just meditate. You're bent forward, pointing down a little. Fingers are open. Fingers are open. No, you don't get to start. You can't forget any of it. Bend forward. There it is. Stay. Now, when you're just calmly cock your wrist, feel the fingers close. Keep them closed and come to the surface. You did it again. You had another good one. You just have to do that over and over. No?
When I drop them here, you're not letting your fingers go like this when you drop it here, because you got to keep them around the stick, right?
Like that. They are opening, but you still maintain a grip. But it feels like you're dropping the stick. But you don't let it go. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Now cock your wrist, let the fingers close. Don't go throwing your fingers open again. No, you have to take your time and go, oh, my fingers are closing, and I'm going to keep them closed as I go to the surface. One more time. No, let it drop. I know it's going to take some concentration. Let it fall. You did it again. We're stopping right there. That's really good, whether you know it or not. So funny, people have great success, and it's like that's what I mean. Don't just go blowing the stuff off. That's why I showed you. I started the lesson showing you Richard Wilson. If you don't believe this, then you don't believe Richard Wilson. And that's okay. I suggest you take the leap of faith and work on developing what it is. Listen to Richard Wilson.
I'm going to try to do it.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea to believe in what he's showing us. Okay.
Yeah, I believe it.